What's going on, guys? It's Kyle. Welcome to the Stock Goat YouTube channel. We did take about a month off from the YouTube channel. Really busy with work, and also I did see, the indexes were looking very rocky, shaky, and of course, in the past 30 days, we pretty much had a 10% correction. But as of yesterday or so, the market looks to be bouncing back. So maybe it's a good time to start putting out some content because people are more happy and uplifted when the markets are going green. But don't think I run when the markets are bad, guys. I was busting out videos when the SoFi stock was $4 or $5, and it looks like now the stock is built up, more support instead of being in the $4 range, now in the $7 range, which is really good. And even at the levels we're at today, guys, we are still, 30% lower than where we were at just in Q2 earnings, $11.70 we topped out at. So this has been a very, very tough year, of course, with the interest rates, but it looks like we may be heading into an absolute amazing year for next year if interest rates, just come back down, more money starts flowing in the system, more companies going public, growth starts picking back up for fintechs, and the multiples start to increase, and then we get more appreciation in our share prices. So that's what the goal is for next year. It's been a long journey of a lot of pain, a lot of stocks 70 to 90% below their all-time highs. PayPal, Square, Robinhood, Coinbase, SoFi, the list just goes on. So we're going to just cover the SoFi earnings and tell you exactly what I think. Once again, it feels good to be back. I'm going to try and bang out a lot of videos this month, so be sure to smash the like button. Don't forget to drop a comment, and let's get into it. All right, guys, as you can see today, all of the indexes, S&P 500 almost 2, Dow 1.7, NASDAQ 1.78, Russell 2.67, guys. This thing has been demolished for a year and a half. Small caps have got no kind of bounce like these bigger indexes, S&P and the NASDAQ, okay? As you can see, the SoFi stock today had a pretty good day, about 7.8%, down just a little bit in the after hours, guys. We were at almost $12 a share about 90 days ago around Q2 earnings. So as you can see, it's been a nasty 1 to 2 month sell-off, guys. Just another 10% correction in the SPY. So these levels we're at right now, trading right around 4 times sales. I mean, that's still a nice little multiple in this environment. But I mean, guys, we were seeing, remember back in 2020, these IPOs 100 times sales. So 4 times sales to 100 times sales. I think we have deserved the beating that we've got from, that fantasy fairy tale land of multiples in the stock market. Okay. SoFi's growing near 30%. I mean, I think more reasonable is like a 10 times price to sales around that range. And this is why the market absolutely skyrocketed today. Fed leaves interest rates unchanged, again, despite still high inflation. But remember, guys, this is 2 months in a row. So back to back, we've seen a pause. And as of right now, today, on the USA true-flation rate, remember, guys, what the government and the Fed reports is pretty much 30 days behind. As you can see, they reported a 3.7, the last report on the CPI. And you can see right now it's coming in at 2.40. So pretty much October and November, it's been on a little bit of a decline. August, we were at about a 2.1. So you can see it looks like the Fed is really trying to get us back under 2% or at 2%, but they don't want to continue to do these rate hikes and everything just comes collapsing at once and we get a massive recession and just things just get out of hand. So it looks like they're waiting for these rate hikes to develop, and that's why they're just pausing and just checking out the data month to month. So this is why the market is exploding, guys. We got 158 growth stocks, and you can see here a couple were red: Moderna, Airbnb. After they reported, they see slow demand. See, some companies, guys, are reporting slower demand and some are not. New a little bit red. Let's just go all the way to the top, guys. You can see the market just absolutely went bananas. Lemonade, after getting smashed $110 a share, 47% increase. Roku 30%, Shopify 22, Palantir 20, Affirm 19, a partnership on Amazon, Open 16. I mean, guys, if you actually look at these 18 companies, I assure you, if you check the stock price, 10 of these are most likely under $5, $6, $7 a share. So these are companies that have been absolutely demolished for 2 years. So these deserve a little bit of a recovery bounce from just getting shorted and obliterated. Everything, okay? So some of this is well deserved, just valuations levels that just aren't justified at all. So as you can see, we scroll down a little bit. SoFi out of the 150 stocks was in the top 40. Not bad at all. Okay. We actually had a good day yesterday, a plus 8%. So that's, 17% bounce since that earnings bounce and then sell off. So things are looking good as of right now for SoFi on a new uptrend. All right, guys, let's get straight into the earnings. Came out about 3 days ago. I'm sure you guys have all looked at it. I'm just going to give you my take on it because I've done a earnings report on every single one of our video. And we can see right now members went to 717,000, which was freaking 140,000 over our old record. And guys, this most likely had to do with the Taylor Swift, other concerts. NFL season, of course, is still going to be in the back end of Q4, but Anthony Noto did tell us that you don't expect this exactly happening again. Expect more of a 5 to 600K. So that's where we should probably be at, in the 5 to 600,000 range. So 717. It may take us a couple quarters to get back to that level, maybe Q1, Q2. This is good, guys, because it's just a bigger opportunity to leverage more of these customers and just gaining more products and just monetizing more. So this was a huge quarter. We will see benefits in Q4. Products hit a new record, guys. A million products added, 10.4 million. Galileo accounts. This is what the analysts are really watching heavily right now. You can see back in Q4, Q1 is where SoFi made the shift from not going after these small fintechs that didn't have a lot of monetization in their customers, high paying customers, and SoFi switched to going after larger, durable banking partners. And that's why you saw, well, the drop off was just because we lost a customer, but then you could see here is when we have been like onboarding a customer, a large legacy financial institution has been using the platform. And you can see there was a small spike of 3 million, but look at this, guys, another 8 million spike out of nowhere. And this for sure isn't small fintechs, like, a dozen small companies, guys. This could be just a large whale that we landed. And basically what Anthony Noto said is 9 months ago that there's a large legacy player that's in a proof of concept right now. So they've been using the platform for 9 months. And right now it could be where they start onloading their customers, because Anthony Noto said that Galileo is going to see high teens growth in Q4, guys. 17 to 19% range. He could be sandbagging. We might be seeing 20% plus. So you might see a $15 million jump in Galileo's revenue. And we have not seen that ever. The largest jump we've ever seen is like a $10 million jump. So Q4 could be huge for Galileo going forward into 2024, and that's exactly what we want to see. Lending right here, guys, you can see 24% growth, very consistent to the last 4 or 5 quarters. Financial service products accelerating a little after Q2 to 50%. Financial services has been going absolutely bananas. And you can see the rate of financial service to lending products is absolutely exploding. That's what SoFi wants to do, because lending, inside of Wall Street is classified as a slightly riskier business than other types of businesses. So you can see that the financial service products are at 5.6 now to lendings. 8.8 million to 1.5 million, which is really good. They just keep diversifying faster and faster out of lending. Revenue, guys, this was absolutely amazing. This is what I was looking for, guys. We got a nice 40 million jump quarter over quarter. We have seen SoFi in the past before Q2 to Q3 had a nice 60 million jump. So $40 million jump, not bad at all, a new record high. Adjusted EBITDA, guys, you can see the profitability starting to kick in. Of course, we're not net income profitable yet. We still have a lot of stock-based compensation, to be paying the management and employees, but you can see after just sitting around the same level, 70, 76, 77, adjusted EBITDA just skyrocket another 20 million, guys. And when you look at what SoFi has put out for Q4, guys, 2.45 billion to 2.065 billion, guys. They were starting out previously at the beginning of the year at 1.925 billion. So guys, that was 25 to 30% growth. And you can see they've jumped up from the bottom and 25% growth to 34% growth. So we may see SoFi, near 35% growth if they just beat guidance a little bit, guys. So year over year, that's not bad at all. I think they're going to have another consistent growth for next year, right around the same range of 35% because of what they're seeing and just other business segments outside of lending. They see, lending pausing a little bit besides student loans. And then, boom, guys, financial services and Galileo could be taken off finally after all these years of developing Galileo Technesis. This may be the time where these big legacy banks might actually be hopping on the platform, and we're going to be getting those percentage fees every time people swipe their cards. And you can see adjusted EBITDA as well, guys, is just insane for this year. And look at that, guys, 2021 30 million jumped to 143 million, then the top end of almost 400 million. So they increased EBITDA from 280 to 396, almost 120 million dollars. And I think they're going to beat this by a little bit. So the numbers, if you do the math, guys, SoFi is looking at a monster quarter for Q4. If you just deduct the revenue for the last 3 quarters and add it onto the 2065 billion, we're looking at like $590 million in revenue. So that's a $60 million jump quarter over quarter going into Q4, which is like the biggest ever SoFi's ever had, is right around 60 million quarter over quarter jump. So 590 would be insane. And this adjusted EBITDA, guys, would come in right around like 150, 155 million adjusted EBITDA. So we just jumped up 20 million. It would be jumping up another 60 million or something like that, or 50 million, guys. So Q4 is looking insane right now, guys. Absolutely insane. And if we just scroll down a little bit, you can see, guys, right here, Galileo. This is the Galileo, the Q3, the Q2, and the Q1. Profits are absolutely soaring, 32 million. They just cut expenses drastically. Look at that. They went from 70 million expenses to 57 million. But you can see the revenue is not exploding yet. But imagine if the revenue explodes like they expect in Q4 to maybe 105 million, guys. We could be looking at like a $47 million profit in Galileo, which is an insane margin, near like 30% range. And this is financial services right here. And you can see financial services for the first time ever is profitable, $3.2 million. And it continues to explode $20 million as well. So think about that. If we just grow another 20 million right here in financial services next quarter, and another 15 million in Galileo Tech Platform, that's 35 million jump. So even if you go back up to lending right here, they expect lending to grow again. And even though they say they want a little bit of a pause and like a personal loans, pause, I think that's going to be because student loans is going to be skyrocketing even more. We could see originations, 5.5 to 6 billion. And right here, these are the originations. Oh, I want you to be able to see them. They're kind of small when I go out, but student loans is the top, 919 million. Personal lending, personal loans, 3.8 billion, and then home loans, 355 million. All three of these saw acceleration this quarter. And of course, they want to diversify out of personal loans, a little bit quicker and get student loans ramped up, home loans ramped up. But guys, they had to go the personal lending route because student loans were non-existent. And now, as you can see, look at that, guys. As soon as we get the word that they're coming back, look at that, 400 to 919. That's 120% jump right there, guys. I mean, we could be seeing levels from 2 years ago, Q4 2021, on student loan originations of 1.5 billion. I think we're going to see 1.5 billion this next quarter, and that's why I think lending is going to jump up another 20 million as well. So there you go. You got your lending 20 million, your Galileo 15, and your financial services another 20. You got your 55 to 60 million jump right there. So SoFi sees everything firing on all cylinders in Q4, and we expect profitability, guys. That's what we've been waiting for. A really good stock to talk about that has seen amazing, well, actually 2 stocks that have seen amazing price appreciation in their stocks. I'll go into in another video, is Palantir and Nubank, guys. As soon as these companies start reporting 2-3 quarters of profitability, 4 quarters of profitability, I mean, the stocks are up 100, 200%. SoFi's up like 50%. So we could be seeing that very soon if we get this profit rolling, guys. You're only 3 months away, so there's no point to sell. I did have intentions to sell like a 20% position in SoFi if SoFi was over like $10, $11. like it just was because the market's been so shaky. I wanted to free up some cash, but I didn't sell anything because we were back at like $6, $7 after earnings. So guys, I'm not selling at these levels at all. Okay, I have intentions of selling majority of the position when the SoFi management team gets their massive compensation, which is that $25 to $45 range on the stock. And that's what I still plan on doing. So I just want you guys to know that I want to hold this bad boy a full year profitability. That's when you saw Tesla take off. Palantir might be taking off now. They put 4 quarters of profitability. So if I did say they see full year profitability next year, so they're not going backwards, guys. We are going forward while a lot of companies have been stalling out. I want you to understand that this business with the three different segments, they have opportunities to just switch the throttle every single quarter depending on where the market is with rates, what they're seeing in the consumer. This is data, this is AI, this is artificial intelligence, just seeing the trends ahead of time. SoFi continues to grow deposits. They continue to see growth in all three segments. But yes, personal loans is something we may max out very soon. We need to just tune it back a little and get student loans ripping up again to just counterbalance personal lending. So it just everything is just a diversification, a pivoting process. And that's why SoFi continues to see losses decline, revenue increase, and getting towards profitability. They have scaled so massively, guys. They've scaled to almost 7 million members. Everything worked out. Now they can start monetizing these members very aggressively for the full year next year. So everything is looking absolutely amazing, as you can see. And it looks like it just took a little bit of time for the earnings to get absorbed, because they did have a loss on there because of like acquisitions from Technisys a year ago that they had to report. But aside from that acquisition, losses were like 19 million, 3 cents. And guys, we could be looking at like a $30 million profit in Q4. And that's what I'm looking for, guys, to finally get our PE ratio happening in the future. If you made it to the end of the video, I want to say I really do appreciate it. It feels good to be back, guys. I want you to know this was an amazing quarter. I did not sell any of my shares. My intentions are to sell majority of my shares in the $25 to $45 range. I'm hoping this happens somewhere in 2025 potentially, but I think next year we're going to see a rapid increase in the stock if SoFi actually delivers and has full year profitability. Q4, I still think we're going to see a massive appreciation because there's going to be really no bear headlines out there inside of the market once SoFi turns profitable as an online digital bank. They finally have done it. It's just scaling, and scaling takes time, and I think it's all going to pay off very soon. Once again, my name is Kyle. Hope you have a great day.